Good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And man, what a beautiful spring day it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's beautiful.
Welcome to the Vici Vineyards YouTube channel.
Yes, Vici Vineyard and Estate, right?
Or Vici
That's our
Estate and
official
Vineyard.
name. Yes. No.
It's what I said. Anyway. Well, so
I'm Sarah. This is Dustin.
Yeah, so I'm Dustin.
We're married.
This is Sarah. She finishes my sentences, or she starts my sentences. Yeah, we thought it would be helpful to explain why we're starting this channel.
Yeah, what our hopes and dreams are for the vineyard that we just purchased, and kind of what we do by the day. We both have day jobs, but we're able to work remote, which is awesome. I'm a registered dietitian.
Yeah, who are you?
Dustin is.
Who are you? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, my name is Sarah Sackett. I'm a registered dietitian. I've been one for 4 years, and I help people with. I'm currently working on a gluten-free program, and I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm able to work remote from home, and it's awesome.
Awesome, and she gets to tell me what to eat. So I am an auditor. I am not the typical IRS auditor, or the guys that come and poke you for your financial stuff. I'm actually an internal auditor for a corporation, a publicly traded company. What I do is I help safeguard the company and investors. So there's a regulation called Sarbanes-Oxley, internal controls over financial reporting. So when you invest in a company, when you invest in a company, you want to make sure that you're investing in a sound company. My team helps ensure that. And yes, it bores the crap out of people. I love it. I'm passionate about it. I find opportunities all the time. And so it keeps me busy, but I sit a lot, and I happen to have quite a few random projects getting outside. I buy a lot of cars, flip a lot of cars. We buy random things, and I have a lot of projects because I sit a lot and I get bored. And this, I think, might be a solution to my problem of having a little bit of too much extra time.
Yeah,
because
I
don't think I'll have any extra time now. So that's who I am. Dustin, I'm an auditor. Sarah, she's a dietitian and actually a fitness. She's been a fitness trainer. She's done a lot of things for the last
2 decades,
5 years. She's only like 27, so.
No. But yeah, I was a personal trainer for 10 years, then went back to school to be a registered dietitian. So this is my second career, but I love it, and I love, just the things we get to work on. And honestly, that's one thing about the vineyard that we are excited about, is to be able to create a space where people can come and enjoy just being present and in this place where it's beautiful and you can relax and rest and bring your camper, or we have a lot of ideas of how we want to create it, but be able to do retreats eventually, and just
But before we get too far into
that's like
all the dreaming, how the heck did we get here?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good next step, is how the heck did we get here? How did we buy a vineyard? Why did we buy a vineyard? Kind of like the logical steps. We were probably daydreaming at a vineyard. Willamette Valley Vineyards, I'm pretty sure one of the most beautiful, iconic vineyards in all of the Willamette Valley. We were sitting there going, man, this is amazing. This is beautiful. Yes. She's been working there for like 5 years as a volunteer. Yeah. And we just randomly asked my mom, we're like, wouldn't it be cool to have a vineyard? And so I asked my mom to keep a lookout for kind of dilapidated, rustic, in need of some TLC vineyards. And it must have been like 2 days later, she sent me this vineyard in Winston, Oregon, which is just south of Roseburg, kind of southern Oregon. And it's 55 acres, has an old farmhouse. And we were like, that looks interesting. Has an old vineyard on it, 16 acres vineyard, has not been maintained for the last 15 years. So it like hit all the elements.
Has a pond.
It has a pond. It's really beautiful. Yeah. And the guy who owns it lives in Stockton, California. So, 9-10 hour drive away. I don't think he'd been there for 15 years. So the vineyard went to crap. The house went to crap. Yes. And so the entire thing needs to be redone. And so we kind of lowballed the guy. I never really expected him to even respond, but we we got an offer. Actually, we had an insane deal.
Yes.
And maybe that could be a topic of conversation, is how we got the deal, because it's not a standard purchase. It's a financing term from him. We got a lot of really cool opportunities with this guy. And there's a lot of these opportunities on the market. People just don't know how to do it. And so maybe
Justin's been working
session
on this for the last 10 years, kind of looking at owner financing and just different ways to finance homes. And yeah, he's really good at finding properties and helping to get that financing. And now we actually are able to help provide that for other people too. So yeah, it's cool. It comes full circle.
So it's actually pretty easy. And maybe we do a video on that, just to talk through how we did it.
Is that something you guys would be interested in?
Yeah. Feel free to comment if that is too nerdy for you and you have zero interest in learning about that. No need to give you that overview if you don't want it. So what did we buy? What did we buy?
A vineyard.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, you just did. You just talked all about it.
Well, you didn't say. We neighbor. So on one side, about 30-40% of the property is neighbored by the Cow Creek Indian tribe, Native Americans. They do call themselves the Cow Creek Indians.
Their property's
beautiful. Beautiful. Lots of cows and thousands of acres. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And then just north of us is the wildlife safari. And so in future videos, you're going to see rhinos and zebras and ostriches and elk and bear and really cool neighbors. You can see them from our property.
Yes, and they're just running around over there. It's really cool. Ostriches, one was right there. So it just depends how close you go to the fence. But that fence is right connected to their property. So that's a whole one side of the property connects. Yeah.
So, why did we do it?
I think we wanted kind of something to be able to kind of root ourselves into something and be able to have something to go, because we work on the computer all the time and we're doing a lot of kind of analytical, logical things during the week. So it's really nice to be able to have something that we can root our hands and feet and into the ground and build something and create something. And I mean, even just Dustin this weekend, he was working on the pump and figured that out. And that was so cool. And I've never gone through all these things that we're learning and going through. You haven't either, right? But and he likes the toy part, the tractors. I
just like to tinker, and I like to solve problems. That's literally what I do from a professional perspective. Things always happen. You have to solve them, and so this just allows me to do it with my hands. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, using our skills there too.
Yeah. So in the short term, we want to get the vineyard back up and running. Try to get a source of income. Because currently it's just a lot of money out. Hopefully one day we get some money back in, but also get to share it with people. And we're currently sharing it with people. They get to come out, they get to hike, they get to ride on the toys. We have razors, which are off, utility vehicles. We have tractor.
Yeah.
It allows me to scratch my itch of having toys, and we'll do some special overviews of some toys. I bought some really cool ones that are coming that she doesn't even know about. So nice. That'll be fun.
Well, and also the RV, we were able to finally put that on so we have an RV that we have been wanting to put there, but we had to put a road first. So now we have the road. It's gravel and then asphalt on top, and it goes all the way from the beginning of the property all the way down around to a cement pad, a concrete pad, right? Concrete?
Yeah, it's concrete.
Yeah. And then now we put a storage unit now that's able to hold all our stuff, and then we're putting another one on the other side, and then the RV will go in the middle, which we already put it there finally Easter Sunday, a couple days ago. So that's awesome. So now we can start making a little cute area outside of the RV and have a picnic table, because right there you can look and see the view of the vineyard. And so we're excited about kind of creating little places to rest and enjoy it right now while we're working on it, because things we've learned in our life, it's easy to just always be thinking of the next thing and dreaming of the next thing and never enjoy where you're at and just being present in this moment. So we're getting some olive trees, and we're gonna have, which that's my dream, to have olive trees and lemon trees, and just kind of put them in pots and put them around the outside of our RV for now, so we can enjoy it while this is going to be 5-10 years in the making of just even getting grapes. And yeah, so we have this year's layout plan, which is, I don't know if this video is good for that, but
I mean, this year we will build at least part of a building. We will have a couple of storage containers to store our equipment so it doesn't get stolen. We
awning,
will,
right?
that's the
awning?
building.
Yeah, it'll have a retractable awning that you can
It's
go
not
under.
retractable.
I thought it was.
No, it's
A new one?
it's
You have
just
a
a
new idea?
carport.
What? I
It's
thought it
just
was
a
gonna have
building.
thing you can be
It's just a
covered.
building. You guys are learning as she's learning.
You said
And then I'd love to have a rooftop deck.
Yeah, with a bar
with a
area.
long kind of, just awesome area for people to sit and chill and see the vineyard and taste some wine. I mean, wine
gonna
isn't
be a
for
while
another
for us to have
2
wine.
to
Yeah.
3 years. We're planting grapes this November. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it in early enough this year, but we're going to get it in next year, or in the fall, so that it kind of figures itself out, and then next year it'll be ripping. Yeah, so the short term is to enjoy it, to do some basic things, start central and slowly start working it out, create some spaces for fun and just relaxation. I got poison oak, trying to clear areas, so that, because we have to clear out an area so that we can sit and enjoy it as well as see the vineyard, because it's so overgrown. There's trees in the way. We got to cut all that out. And
then also figuring out irrigation, because in the winter when it was all raining, there was like mud everywhere, like deep water.
There's no water management. It just comes flying. It actually washed out our road after we put in a bunch of gravel. So we're learning as we go. We don't know everything that we're doing.
But now that pump works, and so now you can put multiple pumps around. So we're figuring out the irrigation system, because what is it, November the grapes will be planted?
Yes.
Yeah, so November, then that's even
October,
fine,
November,
because we have natural rain, so the water will be fine. It's more about managing how to get the water
For
out
next
and
year.
not pile up water. What's that
No,
called? Like a
well, we
bog?
want to pile up water into the pond.
But
we need to
not
manage
have
it.
standing water everywhere.
Yeah, we need to manage it so that it comes into a point, so we can
goes in.
pump it into the pond. And then we can pump it up to the vineyard,
Yes.
and then we're probably going to do like a gravity feed,
Yes.
because it's on the top of the mountain. It'll just feed down into the vines, which will be awesome. But all that requires some engineering and a lot of planning, and I'm doing that now, all for next year. So lots and lots of work, but lots of fun. I'm enjoying it.
So this year 5 acres will be planted, and then each year we're going to try to do 5 acres for up to 15, right? 15
No,
or 20
I
total?
think
20?
ultimately probably 20.
Okay, yeah, so 20.
So
but
over
this year
4
we're doing
years.
5 reds.
Yep.
Grenache.
So Mourvedre, Grenache, Syrah, Cab, Merlot.
Cab Sauv.
Cab
Cabernet
Sauv, sorry,
Sauvignon.
Cab Sauv.
Yeah, because there's so many different
Sauvignon.
cabs.
And those are essentially the French noble wines.
Yeah.
And so what we wanted to do was start with a foundation that we can always do blends with all of them, because like Mourvedre and Grenache, those are all really good blenders. And then once we get into like the next year, we're probably going to plant Pinot Noir, maybe even Baco Noir. So there'll be really
a couple white ones, refreshing, because it gets very hot. It gets a lot warmer down there than it does in Salem. It gets like 3 months more of sun, which is awesome. So we like to be able to go down there and enjoy that weather. And what was I going to say about that? I was going to say the parallel line that it's on.
Oh yeah, so we're on parallel with Rioja in Spain, the French Riviera or the Côte d'Azur in France, which is like the Côte d'Aron region. So we're on par with all of that region, and so we actually can grow Mediterranean wines really well. We're world renowned for Mediterranean wines. Once people start drinking the Oregon wines, they really like them, but it gets, the hurdle is tasting them, because everybody's like, it's French, Italian, Spanish, then maybe California, and then where's Oregon? They're usually pretty low on the tasting priority, but once you taste it, you're in. We got the best Pinot.
Well, and then so we bought this in January. We were in France actually in December, and then we went to the property January, but then there was something that's down. So in the Umpqua Valley, there's Greatest of the Grapes, which they have every year, which is where like they gather together, you pay a ticket, and you get to see all of the different vintners there, and they have like the wine for you to taste, and you vote on who's the best kind of thing. But that was our first time ever even being in that valley and seeing all
we
the
didn't even know it
tasting
existed.
the wine or anything. Then we didn't even, we were like, oh, let's buy tickets to that, because now that we bought that, we're like doing all the online research, looking at Chamber of Commerce down there, like everything. Man, watching so many YouTube videos of wine and everything, and and buying stuff like Dustin. Anyway,
I'm a professional buyer.
He was no, remember the brandy that you made? So he.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so
I'm also a tester. I like to try things.
So but the greatest of the grapes, we went and then we met some people, and then like the Jura Day. So they're like, their wine is so spectacular, and they have a very similar layout of land to us and acreage and all of that. And they're, yeah, I'm excited to be able to build some friendships and relationships down there. It's just hard because we have all this stuff here too, but yeah, all that to say.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many things that we can do here. Please like, subscribe, comment. If there are things you'd love to hear about, please let us know. We will do overviews of the property. We will do hikes and sips. We'll do wildlife viewings. Like I said, we have rhinos on the property. We've got deer, a white-tailed deer, which is rare in Oregon. We will do tools / dust and toys overviews. If there are other things that you like, wine tastings, we'd love to sit down and taste wine. And if you guys have a recommendation on wine,
we have those journals that we got that kind of break down all the things. And we were actually doing some videos of that in the beginning, but then they didn't.
They failed. They failed upload, and we lost them. So
we're like,
thanks, YouTube.
Screw it. We're just work on the things. But yeah, now we're ready. We can do it again. But yeah, we have these cool journals. They're wine journals. But yeah.
We'll give you an overview when the time comes. When we do the wine tastings, we'll start with the journal, and then we'll show you how it works with some actual wine, because Eddie likes his wine.
We all.
Okay, well,
it's delicious.
That's us.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. I know this is a bit of a longer video, but we wanted to let you guys know what we're thinking, why we're here. What our plans are. We want you to come along on the journey with us. You'll get to see my family, my kids, hopefully Sarah's family as well. Everybody's welcome. Once we have wine, everybody's going to get free tastings. This is more about the experience and sharing than it is like making a bunch of money. This is a money pit currently. And so hopefully at some point we become even, but that's not what it's about. It's about sharing. It's about enjoying and just kind of fruits of our labor. Yeah. Legacy, memories, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
Give us a shout out, like, subscribe, comment, whatever, all that YouTube jazz, and let us know what you want to hear about.
Yes.
All right, adios.
See you guys next time. Oh. Nice.
Does she even like me?
Duh.